In this video, I'll be going over how to configure an existing WordPress site to be able to accept MimbleWimble Coin payments with WooCommerce. I already have a WordPress site set up, so to get started, I'll go to this GitHub page to download the MWC Pay WooCommerce extension. I'll scroll down to its installing section, and I'll click on this link to go to its releases. Then I'll download its newest release. After that's done downloading, I'll go back to my WordPress site and go to my dashboard. Then I'll choose to add a new plugin. And I'll choose to upload a plugin, and I'll select the file that I downloaded. Once it's installed, I'll choose to activate it. I can now see the MWC Pay WooCommerce extension in my list of installed plugins. However, I'm getting this warning about how I'll also need to install the WooCommerce plugin for it to work. So I'll click on this link and go to the Add Plugins page, and I'll choose to install WooCommerce. After it's done, I'll choose to activate it as well. And I'll proceed through the WooCommerce setup wizard to finish setting it up. I'll configure WooCommerce based on what my site will be selling and where it's located. And I'll choose not to install any of the recommended WooCommerce extensions since I won't be using them. Now that the WooCommerce plugin and the MWC Pay WooCommerce extension are all set up, I can proceed. The MWC Pay WooCommerce extension requires me to run my own MWC Pay instance, and the easiest way to do that is to run MWC Pay on the same server that's hosting my WordPress site. So I'll click on this link and copy the download link for MWC Pay's newest release. Then I'll use a terminal to remote into my server, and I'll download MWC Pay onto my server by using wget to download the link that I copied. Then I'll set the executable flag on MWC Pay using chmod so that I can run it. And finally, I'll run MWC Pay. The first time that I run MWC Pay, I'll be prompted for a password that it'll use to encrypt my wallet. After that, it'll display my wallet's recovery passphrase that I can use to access the MimbleWimble coin that I receive from payments. It'll then connect to the Tor network, which it uses to communicate with MimbleWimble Coin nodes and when getting prices. Then it'll start syncing with the MimbleWimble Coin network. The first time that I run MWC Pay, this part will take about 3 hours to complete since it needs to download and validate the entire MimbleWimble Coin blockchain. So I'll skip ahead to once MWC Pay is finished syncing. Now that MWC Pay is finished syncing, it'll display messages letting me know that its public and private servers are started, which means that it's ready to be used. At this point, I can accept MimbleWimble Coin payments on my WordPress site. I'll demonstrate this by going back to my WordPress site and choosing to create a new WooCommerce product. I'll set that the product is a virtual product and make it cost $1. Then I'll publish the product. Now if I go to my store, I'll see the product that I just created, and I'll add it to my cart. And I'll proceed to checkout. At the checkout screen, I can see my total in MimbleWimble Coin, and I can see that one of the available payment options is MWC Pay. So I'll fill in the billing information so that I can proceed with placing the order. After I place the order, I'll be prompted to send MimbleWimble Coin to a provided address to complete the order. This screen includes the amount of MimbleWimble Coin to send, the address to send the MimbleWimble Coin to, how many seconds the customer has to send the MimbleWimble Coin, how many on-chain block confirmations the payment has to achieve before the order will start processing, and the recipient payment proof address for the payment. This screen also provides several ways to make it easy for the customer to enter the order's amount and address into their wallet software so that they can send the payment. The first way is that if they have the MWC Wallet browser extension installed, clicking on the link will automatically open their wallet and pre-populate the recipient address and amount fields with the order's address and amount. Then they can send the payment. The second way, if they don't have the MWC Wallet browser extension installed, so let me disable that, is that clicking the link will open the order's address with the MimbleWimble Coin URL prefix. What that means is that if the customer has wallet software associated with that URL prefix, it'll automatically open that wallet software for them. For example, if they create a wallet at the MWC web wallet, they'll be prompted to associate the MimbleWimble Coin web wallet with the MimbleWimble Coin URL prefix. So if they agree to that, and then if they click on the link, it'll automatically open the MWC web wallet for them and pre-populate the recipient address field with the order's address. They still need to enter the amount to send, so they can either highlight and copy the amount, or just click on the amount to copy it. And back in their wallet software, they can then paste the amount and send the payment. The third way is that the customer can just copy and paste the order's amount and address into their wallet software. For example, let me re-enable the MWC Wallet browser extension and open it to send a payment. Then I can copy the order's amount and address and paste them into the amount and recipient address fields. Then I can send the payment. The fourth way is the QR code that the screen shows. So the customer can choose to scan this QR code using their wallet software, and it'll automatically pre-populate the recipient address and amount fields with the order's address and amount. Then they could send the payment. So let me actually send this payment to demonstrate the full checkout process. Depending on which wallet software the customer is using, they may be able to manually verify the recipient payment proof address before finalizing a payment. So here they can verify that the recipient payment proof address matches the one displayed in the order's details to guarantee that they are sending the payment to my store. After that, the customer will finish sending the payment, and they can see the payment's details in their wallet software. At the thank you page that the customer will see after paying for an order, they'll be able to see how many block confirmations their payment currently has, and how much time remaining there is before it achieves the required number of block confirmations. And the customer can view this information at any time if they go to their orders page and click on the order. And now from the site owner's perspective. When they receive an order that uses the MWC Pay payment method, they'll be able to see some additional information about the payment, such as how much MimbleWimble coin it was, the payment's required number of block confirmations and current number of block confirmations, the MWC Pay payment ID, and there's also a link where I can view the payment in a block explorer. Also in the order's notes, I can easily see the entire history for the order and its payment. So let me demonstrate how to view a payment in MWC Pay. So I'll copy the order's MWC Pay payment ID and go back to the terminal that I have remoted into my server. I can't run any commands in this terminal while MWC Pay is open, so I'll close MWC Pay. Keep in mind that my site won't be able to accept MimbleWimble Coin payments if MWC Pay isn't running. For example, if I go to place an order now, it'll fail since MWC Pay isn't open to process the order. So let me run MWC Pay again, but this time I'm going to run it with no HUP so that it'll keep running in the background even if I log out of my server. So I'll provide the password that I set earlier to MWC Pay using the password command line argument. And I'll set no HUP to not display anything. So now that MWC Pay is running again, I can successfully place orders at my site even if I log out of my server. So back to what I was doing originally with looking up a payment in MWC Pay. At the orders page, I just copied the order's MWC Pay payment ID. And now in the terminal that's remoted into my server, I'll look up the payment in MWC Pay by running MWC Pay with the -i command line argument and include my order's payment ID. Here I can see some more information about the payment, like its current status, what time it was received, and what block it was confirmed in. And that's how to look up payments in MWC Pay. Now I'll show how to change the MWC Pay WooCommerce extension settings. So I'll go back to my site and go to WooCommerce's settings. In the payment section, I can choose to manage the MWC Pay payment option. And here's where I can adjust all the settings that it provides, such as its icon and its description. If I was running MWC Pay on a different server than the one that's running my WordPress site, here's where I'd put my MWC Pay private server URL. For example, I can see that when I run MWC Pay, it'll show me my private server URL, which I could then set the setting to if I was using a different server for MWC Pay. Here's where I could set a discount or surcharge percent for orders that use MWC Pay, so I could set it to provide a 10% discount. I can change how long an unpaid order is valid for, and I can change how many block confirmations are required for an order to start processing. So I'll save the changes that I made. And I'll enable another payment option just to demonstrate the discount setting that I set earlier. So if I go to the checkout page now, I can see that when I choose MWC Pay as a payment option, that the total displays the price in MimbleWimble Coin, and the discount that I set earlier is applied to the order. Other things that the MWC Pay WooCommerce extension does: if I go to WooCommerce's settings, I can set the site's currency to MimbleWimble Coin. This will set the currency for everything to be MimbleWimble Coin, like my product's price. I'll go ahead and change my product's price to 0.0005 MimbleWimble Coin and save it. Now if I go to my store, I can now see that my product's price is displayed in MimbleWimble Coin. The values in my cart are in MimbleWimble Coin, and my total is also in MimbleWimble Coin. One last thing that the MWC Pay WooCommerce extension provides is that I can easily add a badge to my site that shows that I accept MimbleWimble Coin payments. So I can choose to edit my site, and I'll add a block anywhere. In the list of available blocks, I can find the MimbleWimble Coin Accepted Here badge, and I'll choose to add it to my site. Then I can style it however I like. For example, I can change its text color, background color, font, etc. I'll skip ahead to once I'm done styling it. Now that I'm done, I'll save the changes. And now if I go to my site, I'll see the MimbleWimble Coin Accepted Here badge. Not only does this badge let my customers know that I accept MimbleWimble Coin payments, but it also acts as a link to the official MimbleWimble Coin website, so it's good for spreading awareness as well. So if I click on it, it'll take me to MimbleWimble Coin's website. Now to demonstrate how to access the MimbleWimble Coin that my store receives as payments, I'll go back to my terminal and remote into my server. And I'll get my MWC Pay wallet's recovery passphrase by running MWC Pay with the recovery passphrase command line argument. I can then use this passphrase to recover my wallet in any MimbleWimble Coin wallet software and access my MimbleWimble Coin. For example, I'll go to the MWC web wallet and choose to recover a wallet with that passphrase. After that's done, the wallet will show up in my list of wallets and start syncing. I'll skip ahead to once it's done syncing. And now I can see and spend all the MimbleWimble Coin that I received as payments on my site. I can also see the transaction information for the payment that I received earlier. And that's how to configure an existing WordPress site to be able to accept MimbleWimble Coin payments with WooCommerce.